Hey guys, it's Natalia again for Coco Perez, and today I want to tell you a sad story that became a wonderful story. Last week I was out with my friends and I was wearing shoes that I love. They're 1950s, they're cute, they're vintage, and my friend was like, "Hey girl, you can't wear those shoes, they're beat up, you need to throw them away." And I was like, "Oh God, they're my favorite shoes from Paris." And then I remembered, I'm Natalia. I'm like the MacGyver of fashion. I can fix this. And I thought, what fixes things? Duct tape. So I took my shoes that were less than desirable and I fixed them with some duct tape. I guarantee you all my friends now that made fun of me, they wish they had these cool shoes. That's right, fashion faux pas into fashion faux shoe. Okay, now to get started, get your shoe, your poor shoe that's seen better days. And I will say you don't have to use a shoe that's messed up. You can go ahead and get a shoe that just needs a little bit more pizzazz and spice it up. So take that shoe and take the duct tape and kind of see, okay, how much duct tape am I gonna need to cover it from top to bottom? You wanna go vertically. You wanna go from up to down because of the way the duct tape stretches. Okay, so it's very sticky. This is why we like duct tape for this tip, because it's not gonna go away. So it looks like I need about that much. Great. Also, just so you know, we're going to be using the X-Acto knife later to perfect it, so you don't have to worry about getting it exactly right. It's better to err on having a little bit more duct tape and then just cutting it away. So I like to start with the very back of the shoe, and you're just going to put it right in the middle, like this, and just kind of put it down like that. And now you're gonna push it around. Now duct tape does have some stretch to it, so don't be afraid to kind of manhandle it. It's also extremely resilient. Now why I recommend a pattern duct tape versus a regular duct tape is it's really forgiving. If you make mistakes, if you have creases in the way you do this, the pattern will hide it. Yeah, which is awesome, because we like to do things in a hurry, right? Okay. So stretch that out, get it around there as good as possible. You might notice that around some curves it's having a hard time bending because it is straight after all. All you have to do is take your little scissors and snip it, and that will help it fold down. It's very much like if you're familiar with making a dress with fabric. You need to snip sometimes to get around that curve. Okay, go ahead and wrap whatever's left over around, like so. Okay, so you can already see how awesome it looks, and we're not even halfway done. Now, if any of you out there watching this tip are kids, don't use an X-Acto knife without supervision. I don't want anybody getting hurt on my watch. You know, fashionable but safe. Okay, so take that X-Acto knife and go ahead and cut along where you see it would go. Now, if you're worried about eyeballing it like I am, you can actually use your Sharpie first. So, Sharpie. And go, okay, I'm scared to do that, Natalia. I want to make a line. And just draw. Make little dots where you need to go. Again, this is particularly great for the kind I've chosen because mine has black spots on it, so the permanent marker won't really show up. So if you're using another duct tape that might show up more, perhaps use a Sharpie that matches it so it won't be as obvious. Now, as you can see, it's really easy. I'm just peeling it right off from where it was. If you want the duct tape to go all the way up the shoe, go for it, but I like it to actually show some of the green. Okay, yay. So now we've got the heel done up here. The next thing that we want to do is fix the heel at the bottom. You do not want duct tape on your heel. I repeat, you do not want duct tape on your heel. The reason for that is because you don't want to walk on it. It can get slippery and it kind of ruins the whole purpose of having a rubber bottom to your shoes. So you're going to kind of eyeball where you can feel the difference with your hand where that part comes in, and you're just going to use your X-Acto knife. Again, duct tape, as resilient as it is surprisingly easy to cut with an X-Acto knife. Okay, so you've done that. If you've layered it up a couple times, you might have to cut twice. Sweet. Now you can go ahead and overlap the rubber part for now because you will be cutting it to fit. So center it up. Make sure you've got, you know, all the black part covered in the case of my shoes or whatever bottom of your heel is. Really push it down. This part of the shoe is usually relatively straight, so it's really easy. You don't have to worry too much about the curves. Okay, so you're gonna just cut along that line you made. Again, see that? See my little dots? I'm just cutting along those dots. And that's one way to do it. It still looks really, really great. Check out my shoes. My shoes are cool. That's right. My shoes are a lot cooler than they were about 5 minutes ago, and yours will be too. I want to see pictures of your super cool duct tape shoes. Tweet me at Natalia Fedner, and I'll retweet and maybe feature some of your awesome photos on the next episode.